initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-419-2387. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-419-2387. 800-419-2387. 800-419-2387.
For adults with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms, every choice matters. Tremfya offers self-injection or intravenous infusion from the start. Tremfya is administered as injections under the skin or infusions through a vein every 4 weeks, followed by injections under the skin every 4 or 8 weeks. If your doctor decides that you can self-inject Tremfya, proper training is required. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay, things people love.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
From the Accident Recovery Team Traffic Center, don't worry about me. I called ART.
Traffic. No major problems so far, but be aware of construction on I-135 in both directions near K96. From the Accident Recovery Team Traffic Center, that's your Odyssey Wichita traffic.
Weather. Good morning. Stop me if you've heard this forecast before. Hot and humid with a chance of storms. We're looking at a high today of 96. Humidity makes it feel like 105, and we'll see a few evening storms. One or two could be strong, if not severe. Also windy today. Any evening storms will quickly move out. Mostly clear in mid-70s tonight. Mostly sunny, 93 on Thursday, but less humid. Mostly sunny and 88 on Friday. That's your forecast from Storm Team 12. I'm meteorologist Jake Dunn.
Wichita's most listened to sports radio.
I scream along at the top of my lungs. It's a way to release my rage.
Chill, dude. 97.5 and 1240 KFH. Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH Wichita, KNSS HD2 Clearwater, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Hey Wichita, it's Jacob Albrock. Stay right there for the latest breaking in sports talk. It's Sports Daily coming up next, exclusively on 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Brandon Ayuk took another shot at the 49ers on social media, and he said he's expecting to play for another team in 2026. The sentiment has already been shared publicly by 49ers general manager John Lynch. They don't expect Ayuk to play for them this season, so what are we waiting for? They don't want him. He doesn't want to be there. Just break up already. No one is gaining anything from this weird hostage scenario, this power play of sorts. End it on that day.
This is Stories from the Pitch. Brought to you by the first ever Infiniti QX65 and by Lowe's. Give your yard its own moment with new limited time deals from Lowe's.
The United States hadn't reached a World Cup quarterfinal since 1930. The round of 16 match against Belgium became something stranger. A one-man stand. Tim Howard, the American goalkeeper, made 15 saves, the most ever recorded in a single World Cup match in the modern statistical era. Palming away strike after strike. Belgium scored twice at extra time. Julian Green pulled one back. The USA went out, but Howard, his beard slick with sweat, became briefly a national folk figure. Americans photoshopping his face onto Mount Rushmore, into the moon landing. He didn't win the match, he won the country's imagination. Sometimes that's the closest soccer comes in America.
Stay tuned to this Odyssey station for more stories from the pitch.
Tell your smart speaker to play 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
So easy to listen on my smart speaker.
Yeah.
Welcome down.
Really? I mean, is that going to be a thing now?
You like it? Thanks, catchy.
What are you looking at? Go.
Now, from Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH. This is Sports Daily.
Aloha, Mr. Hyde.
Well, hey there, everybody. Welcome into Sports Daily on a Hawaiian Shirt Wednesday. It's hot outside. Never better time to wear a Hawaiian, or if you're my colleague there, TJ Cleveland, a hoodie. Because why not? It's a mid-June Wednesday. It's 96 degrees outside, and rather than celebrate the holiday the whole country can't get enough of, we Scrooge it up and wear a hoodie. Good morning, everybody. Max Power producing. I'm Jacob Albrocht alongside TJ Cleveland. We are getting ready to rock and roll today. A couple guests for you coming up on the show. We'll have Shreyas Laddha, our KU insider, with us. We will also have Taylor Eldridge joining us from New York City. Taylor is there reporting Landry Shamet, of course, a former Shocker. So Taylor's out there. We're going to have him stop in the next hour and chat it up with what that series has been like in the NBA Finals as they get ready for Game 4. So we have those two coming up for you. We'll talk Royals, of course. Jack Caglione powers up the Royals for a win last night. They stay hot. We'll get to all of it throughout the show today. It's all What's on Tap, brought to you by Wichita Brewing Company, now featuring the cheeseburger roll, beef, melty American cheese, crunchy pickle, onion, burger seasoning, all served on a doughy pizza roll with tangy burger sauce for dipping. Cheeseburger roll at WBC, your new favorite summertime appetizer. Glad to have you here on KFH over the air at 97.5 FM, 1240 AM. Glad to have you on all our video streams, 12 News Connected, Facebook, YouTube, X. You can call the show at 869-1240. You can comment on the show on any of those video streams. Thanks for listening to us on the Odyssey app. Glad to have everybody here, however it is you're here with us this morning. TJ, good morning. How are you?
Jacob, I want to let you know that over the weekend while I was gone in the great state of Florida, I wore probably 3 or 4 Hawaiian shirts.
I don't believe you.
I did. Hawaiian shirts per your standards, if we're including the golf polos that are tropical. I wore about 2 of those, and I also wore like a Hawaiian shirt, kind of comparable to what you're wearing there. And I just won't wear one on the radio.
No,
out of spite.
Listen. You can jump on board this movement or not. That's a you choice.
That's fine.
That you're just going to have to make. There's not anything I can do about it. So, just continue to Scrooge, to sit there and have everybody wonder, man, what's that guy's problem? Everybody that tunes in on a Wednesday, they jump on Sports Daily, all across the country, all across the globe. They're like, shit, what's that dude on the right's problem?
Yep.
It's Hawaiian Shirt Wednesday.
I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Every story's got to have a villain, and I've taken that role. So
that's right. The Victor Wembanyama of Wednesday Sports Daily. He'll be in action tonight. Taylor Eldridge in New York City. That's a good assignment out there covering Landry Shamet. Landry didn't have a great Game 3, if we're being honest. It wasn't the best performance there. They need him. They need everybody. Could you imagine if the Knicks lose this game? What does the narrative become then?
I know.
Like, all the pressure right now feels like it's on New York, even though the Spurs trail the series. It's a little crazy.
I'd agree with that. It's crazy. Crazy. We got Taylor Eldridge on the show. It helps whenever he's in Eastern time zone compared to Central time zone. That means he's going to be awake and bright-eyed, ready to hop on a morning radio show.
It's always so fun anytime we get in our business and people are like, yeah, what time? And you tell them, and they're like, oh, really? You're not kidding. I was there. Look, I was there. This is an unusual time slot to hit you this early. If you're with us live from right now at 7 a.m, but here we are. Royals last night. As our colleague here and at 12 News likes to ask, are the Royals back?
Man, they're acting like it.
Are they back now?
They can't be back. We'll save this for later.
Just 11 games under 500 now.
They can't be back. If you double digits below 500.
No, they can't be back, but they can be playing a whole lot better.
They're fun to watch again. It's crazy. It's crazy.
11 games back. You know what's crazy about being 11 games back? The team they're playing right now, the Texas Rangers, they're just 4.5 games back of them in the wild card standings. Now, 4.5 games back. You are 11 games out of 500, and you're only 4.5 games back of the wild card. That's crazy, but that's where we sit. You're sitting right now with the third wild card team under 500. Now, is that going to stay? Are we going to walk into the playoffs? No, we're not with a team under 500. But why can't it be the Royals? Well, because they have a lot more ground to make up, and we'll see if they can keep doing it. But they got good injury news yesterday. You know, they get all three players that we were kind of worried about back in the lineup: Salvador Perez, Bobby Witt Jr., Jack Caglione, most notably with his 2 home runs in the game. He's also heating up. TJ, you know, for as much as we talked about how much he needs to play, he's playing out of his mind right now.
I know. It makes us actually sound like we're smart. For a while there, we asked him if he was going to play, and he was just kind of average. But when he's going to do that, yeah, he probably should play, right?
Yeah, he's been hot for a little while. A month probably, about a calendar month here. He's been on and rocking and rolling. So I have more on that later in the show. Max's Stanley Cup Finals. Oh, boy. Here we go. We got a tied-up series.
What's it even at? What are we at? 2-2?
2-2. 2-2. The Hurricanes trying to take down the Golden Knights. I watched, what was it this weekend? Was Game 3? Whichever one went to overtime.
Yeah.
Double overtime. I actually watched that one. I was up with my wife. It was late, and I was trying to explain to her what's happening, and boom, there it is. And I was like, this is why everybody loves this. This is crazy. And it was. And it was what do you call that in hockey? You don't call it an own goal, as I've learned in soccer. Shout out World Cup coming up in 2 days.
Yeah, tomorrow, I think.
Tomorrow's the first match?
It's opening night. I'm pretty sure.
Where are you at with the World Cup?
I am freaking enamored. I'm excited. I watched, you know what? I was going to save this for later in the show. I'm so excited for the World Cup. I sat at my desk last night and watched the entirety of an Argentinian friendly in Auburn Stadium.
Who'd they play?
Iceland, who's not even in the World Cup.
How did Iceland just popped over to play a friendly against Argentina?
I've learned as this is the deepest I'm ever going to be in my World Cup knowledge. Teams play friendlies against non-World Cup teams that are alternates so that they can technically get a World Cup game in that's not really a World Cup game. So like Italy is.
It's like if a team...
Like Italy's the first alternate. If a team decides that they're just not going to play, Italy gets to fill their spot.
Okay, why would a team decide it's
I don't know, but everybody's making fun. I know that's a big joke right now, is that Italy came to the United States and they're like, ready for the World Cup. Somebody said, why are you coming? Why are you in the United States? But a lot of them come, like Iceland came to play a friendly against Argentina, just to play a friendly against them.
Who won?
And they lost. Argentina won 3-0.
Okay.
And Messi played for 20 minutes. This first time he's played since he got injured a month ago. He didn't play at all in the first friendly. He played 20 minutes in this one just to try to get the legs under him a little bit. Came in 45 seconds into playing. He scored a goal.
I still can't believe Italy didn't make it. That's got to be I mean, listen, I have zero World Cup history knowledge. That's got to be as big a disappointment, though, I would think.
Probably. If you're
That's
Italian.
crazy.
Yeah. It's like, yeah. I don't even know what
Glad
to compare
they'll be
that
here.
to.
Glad they'll be here watching. Glad we have the German Twitter account driving around the deep south of America.
I've got that headline queued up for later in the show. It's my favorite thing of all time.
It's been pretty fun. TJ, enlighten us on that.
Last night was the peak of it so far. I'll break.
Oh, good, because I didn't check it last night. I didn't check that yet for his day, so I'll hold off. I won't look. So yeah, there you go. When we come back, let's get you caught up on Sorsby. What did we learn yesterday? What's the newest, the latest? We've got Royals this hour. Taylor Eldridge joining us from New York City in the second hour. Shreyas Laddha joining us in the second hour. Curious to get his take if he's hearing what KU is saying about the Sorsby situation. We'll have it all for you on Sports Daily. Thanks for being here with us.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
831001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
and inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea.
With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Daily is on KFH.
Longhofer Lawn and Tree Care, celebrating 60 years in Wichita, providing expert lawn care for healthy lawn, tree, and shrub care and bedweed control since 1966. Longhofer Lawn and Tree Care. Glad to be here with you on Sports Daily. Jacob Albrock, TJ Cleveland, as we make our way through this Hawaiian Shirt Wednesday. Glad to be here with you. It's good. It's good. All right, here we go, TJ. Brendan Sorsby, latest headlines we missed. We know the Big 12 met yesterday.
Jacob, you're never going to believe it. They had a vote on how many of the ADs think that he should be able to play next year. How many in the Big 12 do you think he should play next year?
One.
Kirby Hocutt, Texas Tech. Yeah. The other 15 said, don't let him play.
I still don't know. And Hocutt said, let him play?
Yep.
Well, that's kind of an opening salvo there. We haven't heard, at least that I've seen, much from Texas Tech on this.
Outside of Cody Campbell.
Right. As some unofficial representative of the university. But I don't think a booster should be the banner carrier of what the university thinks of this. But
I think the AD released a statement when the ruling was made and said basically that throughout all this, we have continually said that we think he should be able to play.
It's wild to me.
Yeah.
I want, like, what's the justification you can give to anybody that the infraction happened a long time ago, that it shouldn't have been a lifetime ban when it happened? He should have been suspended a year, which would have passed by now. Like, I don't know what justification you could possibly give to saying this rule that everybody agrees on, that he clearly broke, we should just turn a blind eye to. I don't know how you have that conversation. I don't know how you now do your job, look anybody in the eye, any of your colleagues, any of your coaches in other sports, and say, yeah, we figure this is probably the right thing to do here. I don't understand that. Where is Tech justifying this? Cody Campbell can justify it all he wants. He's a dude with a lot of money that wants his team to win. Fine. But how does everybody else do it? How do the coaches on that staff really feel about it? What is Joey McGuire saying at the next coaches meeting? Right? The next AFCA meeting. Hey guys, how's everybody doing out there? Like, how do you operate now? There's not much that's universal. Not betting on your own sport is pretty universal. The danger of it is pretty well understood. I think people understand why. Is it the most morally incomprehensible thing that coaches turn a blind eye to? Not even in the top 50. Not even close. But you all have a vested interest in the success of a sport.
Yep.
And Georgia having 8 players arrested or whatever it is that Cody Campbell points to is horrible. Morally, it's to me far worse than this, but it is not endangering potentially the sport like this does, which is why it's the rule that can't be broken. Always has been.
So here's an anecdote for you. This was good stuff yesterday from a Tucson writer. Covers Arizona, it sounds like. He said, and this was shared by Tom Mars, who is the lawyer that is allegedly still representing Jerome Tang in his suit. One of the high-profile lawyers and stuff like that, which I have, since the Jerome Tang thing, fallen quite deep into the Tom Mars Twitter spiral because he tweets a lot. He tweeted about this. He shared this post from Javier Morales. He said, after Brendan Sorsby threw 2 interceptions against Arizona, this is last year, including one on the very first play of the game that was returned for a touchdown by Javion Cole, ESPN wrote this in its recap. The game marked a rare turnover struggle for Sorsby, who is nationally recognized for his ball security and entered the matchup having thrown only 2 interceptions all season. His first interception occurred on the very first play from scrimmage, which was tipped off and picked by the quarterback. He threw another interception and had the worst game of the season. He threw for 154 yards after averaging 230 a game in the loss to Arizona. It could have been just a bad game against a good defense, or it could have been ... Well, now we don't know, and that's why allowing him to play after betting on his own team is a mistake. Tom Mars shares it and says the end-all, be-all sentence that you need to know about why you can't do this is that Brendan Sorsby will never throw another interception or have another turnover without at least half the people following the sport thinking he may have been shaving points.
Yeah. It's it. That's it. Again, is he going to? I don't know. Probably not. He's probably, I'm sure most of the time he's betting on his team. But it doesn't matter. Like the precedent this sets. Okay. That's the other thing you've got to look people in the eye and be okay with.
Yep.
You're setting this precedent, Tech, if you allow this now, that a kid might be on the fence about it and the consequences are too high. My favorite joke in the world. Guy walks into a butcher shop. Says you can't reach the meat on the top shelf. No way, the stakes are too high. The stakes are too high. A kid thinking about it might decide otherwise because the stakes are too high.
Don't flatter him, Max.
That really is my favorite joke.
It is a good one.
But I don't know, that is the part where if you're a kid on the fence, you're I don't know, whatever position, doesn't really matter. But anybody that can impact the game can be bought off, and you can sit there and say, man, I have legal precedent here.
I know.
Yeah, maybe I get in trouble for this, but I can take this to court.
As we sit here, and like you're saying, if it's true, all the details that we know about this, and he bet 40 times on Indiana and bet on the team and wasn't betting against the team, and he didn't play in any of the games, there's just a tiny, tiny light that you can see when you squint really hard about I guess that's what they're guessing to say that's okay, that he didn't play in any of the games. So was he really even on the team is probably what Texas Tech is saying. And if you squint hard, you can almost see what they're talking about and see why that makes sense. But the hard part that I agree, and the slippery slope argument tells you that it's going to be a bigger deal down the line, but this is the biggest deal it's ever been. So I don't even know if slippery slope is the right word. But in my mind, the slippery slope from here isn't the fact that you're going to let Brendan Sorsby play. It's the fact that the next person, they're going to bet 60 times on their team, and they may have a couple against their team. And then the next guy will bet $1 million that he's going to throw an interception on the first play of the game. And then there's precedents that are going to get blurry because forever the precedent has been if you so much as bet a quarter on anything, you can't. You're gone. You're done for life. You cannot play our sport ever again. There's a story, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but the Iowa and Iowa State football thing Obviously Hunter Decker. Here's a good example. I got a better one after this. Hunter Deckers, who's the quarterback from Iowa State that got banned for life, had to play JUCO football. We saw him play in the national championship game against Touch a couple of years ago after this whole scandal, basically. Brendan Soares, or I'll give you this way. Hunter Deckers placed a total of 366 bets. He wagered $2,800. He had only one in total, $2,800. He only had one bet that ever involved Iowa State football. He lost his entire season, his entire eligibility, and could never play NCAA football again. He had to go play junior college football in order to try to make the NFL. And I think he is on a practice squad now. Side note. Brendan Sorsby, on the other hand, bet 2,900 times, $90,000. Like the juxtaposition. I'm making that's
juxtaposition. Yeah, you just combine two words, justification and juxtaposition.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry about that. 40 bets on his team compared to one from Hunter Deckers, and he is going to play a month after 2 months after admitting that he did it. Like, that's how far different this is. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but Iowa has been used in this conversation a lot, that they have a guy that was a defensive lineman. He bet one bet on Iowa women's basketball, not even on football, and he got his entire career taken away. No eligibility at all. And we have a guy that bet on a team that he's on. And so if you want to say that's my biggest problem with it, is not so much as like the integrity of the game is gone. Like, you cannot let somebody do this. And how are you supposed to know what's right and wrong if this guy, because at the end of the day, you're right, Texas Tech. If you're saying that, well, he bet on his team and he didn't even play in the games, I get it. But I can't get on board, probably solely for the fact of the people that before him who have gotten thrown out of here for much, much less.
One of the craziest parts of this to me, so I agree with you, is we saw what happened at Iowa and Iowa State. Whenever this all came to light, the fact that they attacked it so aggressively, right? He admitted his problem. He went into rehab. He did all those things. And I want to believe that those were for all the right reasons, and I hope that they were. But to so publicly come out, admit everything, go for it, like, you had to know as his or Texas Tech's legal representation that you had a good chance to go fight and win this, right? You had to know that. Otherwise, and I know that came to light because the NCAA was starting to sniff around and investigate, right? And so, but either way, like, they were so out ahead of this, it tells me that somebody in that camp was like, hey, man, I think we can win this. And if somebody's thinking, hey, man, I think we can win this, which is the cardinal rule, what else are attorneys or, anybody else sitting there thinking, man, I think we can win that case? Go for it. Like, all the different precedents that are now up in the air. We had movement. The other part of this yesterday is we had movement. I sent this to you, TJ, from, commissioners and the lawmakers who are saying with their bill, this would have never happened under their current bill. Now, I've seen legal people challenge that and say, the antitrust piece that they're so close to getting seemingly would not have solved this. This is a different sort of issue that they're facing here. But let's just say those lawmakers are correct and it would have solved this. We're starting to get a little movement here. With some of the commissioners. I think those commissioners in the Big Ten and the SEC are going to kind of send back their proposed revisions on this bill. The faster they can go on this, the better. The lawmakers are telling them, you're not getting this again. Like, this was difficult to do, basically. And it's not one that you can just reject and we'll come to you with a better proposal. Like, this is the one. Fix this one, and you can fix your problems. So, Texas Tech, I think the fallout for them on this could be massive. I really do. Like, they better be real careful with this, because people are going to remember this. There's no question. They better be careful. But the rest of college athletics better take this moment, let it be the ice water bucket on the head wake-up call to say, enough of this. Like, we can fix this if we will stop being so self-focused and greedy. We can collectively fix this. And they can. They have legislation in front of them right now that if it wasn't just financial components in play, they'd probably get where they want to be with some enforcement and some rules. So figure it out. They're supposed to give those revisions soon. Submitting to Senate staff members suggested revisions, those expected yesterday, those, according to Ross Dellinger of Yahoo, believed to be critical in garnering the support of the conferences. The school executives, of course, expressed the need for federal. Oh, hey, we need this. We really need this. Now it's on these these leagues too. You've got an opportunity to go fix this right this second. Don't sit around and count your gold coins of, well, that might cost us. No, go fix it and deal with all that other stuff later, man. Because the other option, I think, is collective bargaining. And I can guarantee you that's going to cost them more if and when that happens down the road. But this, to our point yesterday, we ended the show with this. I think this is the thing that gets it done. I really do.
So here's something interesting. This is from a radio station in Nebraska, in Lincoln. They had on this is a good idea. We should have thought of this. A longtime attorney, a retired attorney, joined the radio show to talk about the Sorsby situation. His name is Marty Sipple. He explained that, he said, I quote, "I'll give the lawyer for Sorsby credit. The way he framed the argument," so this is what we were talking about earlier in the show. The way he framed the argument was that the NCAA Constitution says that you can't discriminate against players based on the basis of a mental illness. And basically that Sorsby has an addiction to gambling and you can't discriminate him based on that. He said, I think that's crazy, but that's the way that they framed up the argument. He doesn't think that argument will hold up and he won't get the appeal. So that, to me, which is so interesting because the appeal date, again, is after the national championship game. So if we keep doing this and kicking the can around, he could play the entire season. And then if they rule, hey, actually he couldn't play, like, what happens? Do you vacate all the games that he played in? What do you do at that point?
Yeah, you would. But does anybody care about that? Yeah, if they came back to the appeal and they won the appeal and Texas Tech wins a national championship, they would vacate that national championship. Basically. Now, would anybody care? If a tree falls in the forest and nobody's there to hear it, does it make a sound? It's not like Tech has to give all the money they earned this year back, right? It's not like they can't go make themselves a championship ring and hang a banner. I guess they couldn't hang a banner. Not in the stadium. They could probably hang one somewhere on campus. They don't care about that. Nobody cares about that. If I asked you right now, we followed this closely, what was the punishment for KU on the Silvio de Sousa? What year did it happen? What did they have to do? What were the ramifications?
They had to take down a banner.
Right. Which one?
I think 2018.
What year? Like, you don't care, right? You don't care. If you're a fan, if you're a student, you don't care.
There's been a lot. I actually saw somebody say that yesterday, a KU fan, whenever this ruling came down about Sorsby. They said, actually, he can play. And they said, man, put that freaking banner back up. What are we doing? Nothing matters.
But like, you're not like, that punishment's not enough punishment.
I agree. I think
not to risk it. There isn't one other than, hey, Tech, you're out of the Big 12 or something drastic and crazy.
Whenever the KU thing came down, I remember that, we were in the office and we were like, wow, they had to vacate this and they had to vacate this and they had to vacate this. And then after about a day, I was like, man, who cares at all about that?
Sports information directors care because they have to go in and all their record keeping and their notes they send out and change them all.
Yes,
that's day for them.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing is that you have to put asterisks on some of your stuff now, but not an asterisk on a national championship. So who cares? Like, it's basically.
I cannot believe Tech is getting behind this. I mean, I can believe it. And I think, 99 out of 100 schools would do the same thing. But that's a part of the problem here. That's part of the fundamental problem college athletics faces and why we have all these other problems. Goodness gracious. Have some depth of foresight here to see the damage that this could do. We'll come back. We got more Sports Daily. Don't go away.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now. 83-1001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
and inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea.
With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
KFH.
Welcome back in, everybody. Thanks to Crestview Country Club for being a great supporter of the program. The stands are going up. We are close here. We're going to be out there live for the Wichita Open. That'll begin Thursday, the 25th. You ready for that, TJ? Thursday and Friday, we'll be out there live having some fun with the show. It'll be a great time out at Crestview. A great time to show off the facility, as always. They'll have it all set up, ready to rock and roll. I've got to go get my eyes on that 19th hole area where we broadcast from last year. That's where we'll be for HTO as well. But we appreciate Crestview for hosting, being a great supporter of this show. Go check them out. Give them a call. Walk the facilities. Take the tour. See all the different family activities. I'm in for that Scotch and cigar night. I'll report back. I don't know anything about either one of them, but I'm going to give it a whirl. So we'll have that, but give them a call. Tell them we sent you at Sports Daily. Speaking of HTO out there, TJ, it's National Iced Tea Day. Happy National Iced Tea Day. Wow. This is in that world, which is one of my other lives, one of the big ones. Buy one, get one free teas all day long. We don't even need to do a giveaway today because you get buy one, get one free tea all day long, including the new Pineapple Crush.
Wow.
I think people are going to like you, a pineapple guy.
Yeah.
It's a new Pineapple Crush tea. I heard it's really good. I heard it's really good.
I don't think I've ever had pineapple in my tea.
Launched today. Only one way to find out.
Max, since it's a National Iced Tea Day, do we have any iced tea opens that we can do instead of the Hawaiian Open? Is there any iced tea songs out there?
Approach iced tea at any point. BOGO Teas, go get one. Brandon asks on YouTube, is anybody looking into this judge's record in the Sorsby case? What other biased decisions is he making, and how can he be trusted as a legitimate judge? I'm going to answer that one as honestly as I can. I don't know, and I don't know enough about. I know the one judge recused himself. I think because of a conflict of interest of sorts, right? So sometimes I think judges catch blame. Like a judge is interpreting the law, right? So I don't know who to blame on that. I don't know if it's a judge to blame. I guess the appeals process would tell us
it's not so much, to my understanding, it's not so much the judge. It's more so the schools that do this go judge shopping almost. Like they look for the judge that they feel like not will give them a favorable judgment, but more so, can they find somebody to give them this case that they can look at them and be like, if we did it like this, do you think you could find something there? So there's loopholes that they're getting around. Like I think everything that they're doing is legal. It's just, unorthodox and weird workarounds and loopholes.
It's just unnecessary, right? We've all watched the lawyer shows where they go and they study all night and they find some old case and there it is, that's our case, and then they go in and it's dramatic and all of these things. Like they get paid a lot of money for a reason, folks. The problem is you just you could, with any sort of unity, just put all this stuff to bed, right? Just put it to bed. You make some laws, you get some rules in place. You don't need a judge. If there's a universal rule that says if any point for any reason under any circumstance you bet on the sport of college football, you're banned for life. And it is the rule in place and there is law binding these rules that are in place in the NCAA or whoever's ability to enforce them, then it doesn't matter. Does it have to be collectively bargained? Okay. Like, again, there are solutions out there. Why are we having these issues in college athletics and not pro sports? Right? Different set of circumstances. But how do you get to the point where pro sports don't have to deal with a lot of this stuff? How does Roger Goodell have the power of everything in rules enforcement and punishments? Because it's been collectively bargained that way. Players agreed to it. So if that's the path you need to take that damn path and let's be done with all this. Like, stop worrying exclusively about the financial implications. And I am a businessman. I understand all that. But you can't have it both ways. If you only want to approach this from a business perspective, then just have college football and college basketball be their own. Nobody wants that. Literally nobody wants that. Okay? So if you're not going to do that, and I don't think they should, then just collectively bargain it to be something different. You're going to have to make some concessions. You're going to probably have to leave some money on the table. But what's worse? How about finding other ways to save money? Right? They can do this. Is self-inflicted as much as anything else. So I don't have a lack of sympathy for everybody that's having to deal with the messes that have been created by others. I have total sympathy for them, but I don't have a lot of sympathy for the situation as a whole because it's a self-inflicted mess.
Is he going to play next year? What's your take?
It's June 10th, 2 months. Yes.
You think he's going to play?
Yes. I think this is going to be a screaming hot mess.
It is.
But I do think that screaming hot mess will be the reason we get to the point we get to.
I don't think he's going to play.
Texas Tech's going to have to make some massive reconciliation at some point here, whether that's after he plays and we have to deal with the fallout of these other schools refusing to play them. Like, is anybody talking about, all these schools are saying we never schedule them. The Big 12's having these discussions. Is that forever? Is that just this year? Maybe. You know what I mean? So Tech's going to learn real quick. Like there'll be a wake up call. Like you can't have the $1 billion booster leading the way on every decision that you make as a university. At some point, you got to say, listen, man, I know you really want us to have this quarterback. We're going to figure out that $5 million. He ain't flipping playing football for us.
I'm telling that's what I think is going to happen. I think they're so far deep now. Like, I think that they expected it like, well, yeah, we'll probably be the bad guys and people aren't going to like us for this, but we're going to do it. But I think like we're at a point now where people won't play. Like they may get kicked out of the Big 12. Like, what do you do if that's what happens? You have to just
can happen.
You have to just find $5 million. I think that as it stands, it's such a mess right now, and you don't want to have to mess with all this stuff, and you don't want to go to the appeals, and then he loses, and then it's you're paying fines and vacating things and stuff of that nature. I think they just have to find $5 million and just say, take it and go to the NFL, dude. Congrats on getting our money, but we can't do this. It's not even worth it anymore.
They pay that in a coach's buyout. Colleges do every other week.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. Just
no big deal.
You got a billionaire that's leading the charge on all this stuff. If you want to save face as a university and help Brendan Sorsby, you tell Brendan Sorsby to go to that supplemental draft because he'll never get more buzz in his life.
If you want to help Brendan Sorsby, you say, Brendan Sorsby, there are consequences to your actions. It's like when you ground your kid, nobody wants to ground their kid. That sucks. Half the time it's more work for the parent. But you're heartbroken when your kid's devastated by punishment. You want to pull that back every time. You're going to be like, nah, it's fine. Why don't we do that as parents? Why shouldn't we do that as parents? Because then the kid's like, well, they didn't stick to their guns. We'll just do it again next time anyway. They'll be disappointed, but we don't have to. No, Brendan Sorsby, you did this thing. We're really sorry. We hope you get help. Guess what? That punishment sticks, buddy. You don't get to play. Period. Full stop. It's not even that complicated.
I've seen multiple things here where, they came out of the Big 12 meeting yesterday where a lot of the ADs were like, just keep him, let him be on the team. He just can't play. Like you can cut him. You can keep him on the team. You can tell him to go to the draft. You can pay him or you can not pay him. I don't care, but you cannot let him play. If you like, I'm sure if they don't pay him, he's probably going to sue Texas Tech for $1 million. Right?
He'll at least sue him for what they owe him.
Yeah.
Now he could probably also sue for future losses. They didn't give him the promised opportunity to go prove himself in the NFL. And that's a good point. Texas Tech is like, you got to see where they're coming from a little bit on this. But they've been, I don't know what they're supposed to do. And maybe I'm being a little unfair to them because I don't honestly, my first reaction to this is like, what is Tech supposed to do now? Like, did Tech want this? Or are they going to just have to deal with this, with the consequences of what's happened here? Because there is a world where they brought him in. They knew nothing about any of this.
That's 100% what's going on.
And they have this on the table. And then their attorneys are like, all right, you got a big problem here
100%.
because we're seeing this. We're seeing what his people are saying. We think they could probably win that. How do you then deal with this? Because if they win it, it's going to be exactly how he did, future damage, right? Okay, what if you say, okay, you can't play? He's got the same case against you, future damage, right? You know, can Joey Maguire sit in a room of his peers and say, listen, guys, he's going to be on the team. He's going to lose the job in practice, right? And I did air quotes for those listening to us on the radio. I don't know. And there is some of that too. And I hope you're right. I hope he doesn't play because they figure it out. I also hope that it's not just to hell with the system. We're going to play him anyway because we want to win. And I also think there's we'll conservatively say there's a 50% chance it's just that.
Yeah, I think it's literally split as we stand here on June 10th. That's why it's a fascinating question, is because I think there's a 50% chance he plays and 50% chance that he doesn't play. And it just all depends on how Texas Tech wants to handle it.
I think there's a better than 50% chance this is the smoking gun that gets us to the finish line of this legislation.
I brought it up last night.
Further gets us to the finish line of being done with all these problems.
This is the first. There's been so many problems of the portal and NIL and people suing left and right. There's never been one where schools literally say, well, then we're not going to play that team. Like, you have to figure that out if that is happening. And that's what's happening right now. So something will get figured out.
These lawmakers, the lawmakers are telling them, like, this is your chance. This is taken for them to get this legislation in front of them. More than a year, I think. Like, this is it. There's an appetite for it. We're bipartisan in this. It's signed. We know the president will sign it. We know he will. All their colleagues may not agree. I'm not sure. But, like, it's all there for them. They just have to get this done. And if the lawmakers think that a situation like this would, in fact, be covered, and again, I've seen legal people challenge that theory, but if the lawmakers are right about that, then that should amplify it even more. Hey, guys, this is so typical of college athletics. You have this massive problem. We have this solution. You can't agree on it. The solution's staring at you in the face and you won't take it. Like, that's been college athletics for forever. The reason we have a lot of these problems is because some people in the sport know that they've got more value and they try to squeeze every bit of that out and then tell you that they have to because they can't afford to do anything if they don't do that, while they waste, tens of millions of dollars frivolously paying off coaches and all the other garbage that they do. Figure it out. It's right in front of you. It's right there. Headlines we missed, Royals talk, NBA Finals talk. We'll get more on this from Shreyas Laddha. We're coming right back.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
83101 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
and inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea.
With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Fuck it now.
Really? Is that going to be a thing now?
You like it? Thanks, catchy.
What are you looking at? Go.
Now, from Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH, this is Sports Daily.
Aloha, Mr. Hyde.
All right, welcome back in, everybody. Glad to be here with you. It is Sports Daily. We've got lots coming for you. We're going to hear from Taylor Eldridge live from New York. It's the NBA Finals, Game 4. Taylor's there covering Landry Shamet of the Shockers. We'll have a report from him. We will also have Shreyas Laddha, our KU insider, later this hour. So we've got some things. We got some things to check off the list. We'll get you a little Royals talk here after some headlines we missed. It's all what's on tap. Brought to you by the Wichita Brewing Company, now featuring the cheeseburger and pizza diced pizza, beef, American, and Monterey Jack cheese, pickle onion burger seasoning, drizzled with tangy burger sauce, cheeseburger and pizza dice at WBC, your summertime pizza made here. Thanks to Prairie Fire Coffee for keeping us fueled up this morning. Thanks, everybody, for the commentary on the social media pages, Facebook, YouTube, X on Brendan Sorsby. You can join in those conversations in those places. Thanks for listening to us. Thanks for watching on 12 News Connected. TJ, before you give me the headlines I missed, I'll give you one you probably missed in the last 3 minutes. John Calipari, along with Bill Self co-signing, sends a letter. Dan Hurley, Tom Izzo, some of the big power players in college basketball, supportive, I think, of the two senators doing this. Their three big emphasis that they are really pushing for, which are all a part of this legislation: the 5 years of eligibility, the transfer rules, getting international, players lined up with how Americans have to come into college. Those are their big three. But some support continuing to pour in from some of the power players of college sports on, hey, let's get this legislation done. So that just came down in the last few minutes.
Okay. Headlines?
Headlines we missed. Here we go.
All right, Sports Daily fans, let's take you to the sports headlines Jacob probably didn't see.
Speaking of...
Open wide for some soccer!
It's all here. Fast kicking, low scoring, and ties. You bet.
That's right. Fast kicking, low scoring, and ties. That is.
Have you seen this Simpsons episode?
I watched it last night.
The World Cup comes in and how enraged the Americans get at how boring it is, and so they just start rioting. It's so good, good.
I just watched it last night because I was watching soccer, and all I could think about was Max playing the open wide for some soccer.
Yeah,
so I had to understand the context. I gave it to you earlier in the show, but last night, Argentina friendly in Auburn, of all places, Auburn, Alabama. It's making
Is it at the football stadium.
Yes, there's so many rounds about they're playing friendlies at college football stadiums. They aren't playing them at NFL stadiums. They're playing friendlies at college stadiums because they're hosting them at NFL stadiums, obviously. So Argentina, the most famous soccer club in the world, Team Argentina, has played games at Kyle Field and Jordan O'Hare in Auburn. And these fans are they're just mind-boggled at the fact of these stadiums. And it's incredible to watch of these people.
How big they are?
Yes, how giant they are, how it's all just one giant bowl, giant mass of people. I've never seen anything like this in my entire life. So Freddie is famous right now, the German guy that's making his way around America that we discussed. Yesterday, he had his first Waffle House experience, first Wendy's, and first Chili's experience. It continued on yesterday, and it got even better. He went to this game in Auburn. He made a detour to go cover it, or to go watch this one. He took a picture. He was in the nosebleeds of the stadium, and he posted it and said, "This is the most, quote, the European mind can't comprehend this moment of my life." One of my friends just said, "Punch me 5 times tomorrow, and I'll still think this isn't real."
I see Freddie also made a Buc-ee's.
Yeah, that's on my list here.
So it looks like I'm checking his video now because I told you I wouldn't look at this. They sold that sucker out, too.
Oh, it was packed. And they didn't even know if Messi was going to play. This is the crazy. They sold out Kyle Field, and Messi didn't play. And they sold this thing out to the brim. This is my favorite part of it. They let out the War Eagle before the game to fly around the stadium that they do for Auburn games, And so Freddie took a video of it and said, "There is an eagle flying around the stadium." And everybody was like, we should invite this guy to an SEC game. He'd lose his mind. They did swag surfing at halftime. People could not get enough of swag surfing. They turned all the lights off and put the flashlights out. And then
this is the craziest stadium I've ever been to, and I've been to a lot of ones. Now, granted, this is a German guy, so I think his English is a little broken.
Yeah. This is the best that it's been, because we've been joking a lot about all the people coming to America, learning about college football stadiums, which people are now talking about. Maybe we should have had the World Cup in college football stadiums. We could have gone pretty crazy with that. Put them in the big house.
Well, do they not do fireworks and the pyrotechnics and the light displays that they must not, if those things are, amazing to them. I've seen some of these soccer stadiums are enormous.
Probably, yeah, the big ones. I mean, like Wembley and stuff like that.
But maybe not some German dude who just,
maybe. Anyways, so yeah, and then he went to Buc-ee's.
If you think that's cool, wait till you actually watch football.
Yeah. And then he posted a picture at 1 a.m. and said, "Dude, LMAO, this is a gas station," which is how Americans feel when they go to Buc-ee's too. It's awesome. People brought it up of what these people are doing. They're like, this is the greatest like American pride, American dream moment for all the Americans of just like, yeah, our country's pretty cool. This is pretty cool, huh? This is awesome.
And let's focus on that. Not all the wieners out there complaining about how hot it is. It's so hot here. We can't handle it. It's too humid. That's for us to complain about, not you.
That's right. All right. Let's pivot to college basketball. I got one here. Two here, actually. Excuse me. Will Wade back in the news. On3 reporting yesterday that NC State. Yeah, you're gonna be shocked on this one. NC State is investigating whether LSU improperly persuaded Will Wade to break his contract with the Wolfpack, per WRAL. Would you believe that?
Yeah.
I think that I don't think you need to investigate. I think that everybody knows that happened.
Can we get these laws in place, please? Please.
Here's the tweet of the day from it. Robert Behrens, Texas A&M fan, he quotes it and says, "If found guilty, Will Wade could face the stiffest penalty in college sports that it has to offer, a 2-game suspension."
A strongly worded letter.
Brendan Sorsby, 2-game suspension.
Yeah.
Sorry, Abilene Christian. All right, this one is callback to earlier episodes. Drew Gentile, he has been mentioned on this show before. He's a college kid that goes to UW-Madison. Why he has been brought up on the show is that he is the one who made the spreadsheet during March Madness of coaches in suits and their records in the tournament, based on how well they perform based on suits. So he got this must have been an email or something this guy sent him randomly 3 months later. Craig Doty, remember him, Emporia State coach, now is at Houston Christian and doing pretty well down there. He posted this, said, "Fun story from Coach Doty on why he and his Houston Christian staff wear suits." He said, this is from Coach Doty, "I have been a head coach since 2012, and we always wore suits. I like the professionalism of it. As a 28-year-old in college basketball, I felt it was important to look professional on the sideline. After COVID ignited the change in college coaching attire across the industry, we decided we would stand by the tradition and keep wearing suits for games. Things changed when my Emporia State team played KU at Allen Fieldhouse in November 3rd, 2021, in front of 16,000 fans. Bill Self came out about 90 seconds prior to tip, came over to our bench to welcome us and shake hands. He looked at me funny as I was wearing a full suit. He was wearing a quarter zip. He smiled and asked, 'You guys are still wearing those?' KU just proceeded to beat us by 26 points, and that evening I decided that the decision moving forward is that their staff does a scouting report on the other team, and if they are in their arena and they're not wearing a suit, then they're not going to wear a suit either. But if they're going to wear a suit, then they are going to wear suits. And if they're at home, they're wearing suits." Okay. So appreciate the professionalism from Craig Doty.
That's a pretty good compromise. I kind of like that.
I agree. I'm telling you, there's nothing that makes me feel that would make me feel more superior if I was the home team and the road team pulls up wearing, pajama tops and I come out in 3-piece. "Oh, hey, buddy, didn't know you were coaching tonight."
Who's going to unapologetically be in a suit tonight? Taylor Eldridge.
He is, and it's going to be patterned, I bet. Maybe a knit tie. Taylor loves a knit tie. We'll get a scouting report on his outfit tonight.
Okay. I don't know how I feel about using the term outfit, but
what's wrong with the word outfit? You made this thing. You made this a thing another time.
Are we doing this again? Like,
it's just
Jason Isbell, a great songwriter. It's a great line in a song. His dad's like leaving him with a life lesson, and it's don't call what you're wearing an outfit. Guys don't wear outfits. Dudes don't wear outfits. Just what are you wearing? You need to use what other, drip or whatever, but you don't have an outfit on. It's a suit. It's shirts. It's pants. It's never an outfit. Your wife tells you it's an outfit. You don't ever call it an outfit. Don't call what you're wearing an outfit. Max, can you pull up that song lyric? Are we allowed to play that? Just like 4 seconds of a song lyric. Maybe we can come in with Taylor on that. Don't call what you're wearing an outfit. Oh, I can't. That one makes my sky. We don't wear outfits. We don't. Men don't wear outfits. Kids, children, babies, women wear outfits. We're cavemen on this show. At least I am. And I'm going to stick by that one. That theory of 1975, but I'm holding to it. We got any more headlines?
That's it.
Real quick, Royals, because I don't think we're going to have time, TJ, to get them in. They can win another series tonight.
Some would call this a big one. Is this a big series? Would you call it that?
I think every series is a big series if they're winning them. Like, we always say that. Like, you can just start with trying to win the series you're playing. And they almost blew that opportunity with a blown save against Cincinnati. But, you had 2 road series wins. You got a chance now to get that out of the way against Texas. Like, these are the baby steps that you got to take. Mostly, right, they're just playing well, finally. I guess for the second time this year, they're playing well. We'll see if it's enough. You'll hear coverage begin tonight right here on KFH, 6 o'clock. Taylor Eldridge, live from New York City, next.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
83101 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
and inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea.
With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
All day.
869-1240.
Time to get busy.
This is Sports Daily on KFH. And now, digging deeper with the teams you follow, it's another Sports Daily Insider interview on KFH.
Don't call what you're wearing an outfit. Don't ever say your car is broke.
Thank you, Max. God, I knew Max would be able to get that for me. It's a great song, by the way. Great song. You should listen to. What's that song called, Max? You found it?
It's called Outfit.
Outfit. Yeah, there you go. I'm telling you, Taylor Eldridge joining us here live from New York City. Taylor, we hate to start this way, but we've got to settle something. You're a dapper individual. You take a lot of pride and care in looking fly on the sidelines. Have you ever called it an outfit?
Yeah, you got to get off a fit.
A fit? No, I didn't say fit.
This is a random point of pride.
I didn't say fit. I said outfit.
I don't know. That's a good one. I think I don't know if I've ever called it an outfit.
Okay, well, don't do that anymore if you have. Just please do me that kindness. Don't call what you're wearing an outfit. How are you? How's New York City? Did you party hard last night?
Man, it's a lot of walking around, so I was pretty wiped out. I'm usually do stay up pretty late. But yeah, last night I was just tired. I got to play in a media basketball game like really early, and I think that's what took it out of me. I had to
At
wake
the
up.
Garden?
No, not in the Garden, but it was at like Nike HQ, so that was pretty cool. Right. And I had to wake up real early. I'm staying out in like New Jersey, so I had to wake up real early. And that took it out of me. I'm not an early morning person at all. So, yeah, I mean, it was awesome, though. You know, it's just the energy in the city. You know, you have the finals here. You have the World Cup games coming up. You know, you see a lot of World Cup soccer jerseys walking around, a lot of Knicks gear. So, yeah, it's like an incredible time to be in the city right now.
I was going to say, we'll get into the Landry talk in just a minute here, but just being a basketball observer, you don't really have a dog in the fight per se. Just seeing how crazy Knicks fans are, with everything that we see back in Kansas on TV, I imagine it's that tenfold in the city.
Yeah, you can just kind of feel it, especially yesterday or 2 days ago, when it was game 3, you could just feel the energy, walking around. And obviously that was heightened with like the Trump security stuff. So that was kind of a bummer that no watch parties outside the arena. That was such a cool, so many cool videos coming out of that from the past playoff games. So that was kind of a bummer not to see that outside. But yeah, just like walking around, you could just feel it. Everyone was. It's just I've just seen that it's really united the city because this is like the New York City's one team. You could be like a Jets or a Giants fan, Yankees or Mets, but there's obviously the Nets in the NBA, but I don't think anybody in New York City is a Nets fan. So this has really united everyone because like everyone can get behind the Knicks. So yeah, really cool stuff. And Yeah, I mean, we'll see if that from what I saw yesterday, it was kind of confusing if there were going to be watch parties tonight or not. So we'll see. But I just it would be really cool to see a Knicks win in the Garden and walk out and kind of experience that. So we'll see. They were pretty bummed out after that game 3 on Monday.
Is all the pressure on them, Taylor? Not to steer away from Landry, and we'll get back to Landry specifically, but it feels like all the pressure is on New York here. If they go to Game 5 with that series tied at 2, it's like all the hard work in San Antonio is just wiped clean.
Yeah, I think both teams are facing a lot of pressure. Because that's the high stakes game. I was telling my friends, before Game 3, even I was like, you could tell me any possibility, these next 5 games, I would believe it. If the Knicks would have swept, I would have believed that. If the Spurs come back, win 4 straight, I would have believed that too. This is like such a close series. Every one of these games is coming down to the last 2-3 minutes, and that's what you want. It's such a high level game, and tonight's going to be incredible with the stakes because, like you said, it's so important for both of these teams because if New York, if they drop 2 at home, you're gonna not feel great. There's gonna be some ghosts from the past that start coming up. Maybe more so for if the Knicks are, they're such a huge swings to determine how the rest of the series is going to go.
There you go. Sorry, we got some lag going on here, but we're getting through it here. Taylor, talking about Landry, we've seen him in the game, but this is year 8, I believe. But from covering him at Wichita State and then seeing how the early years have gone, and he's never really found the perfect role per se, but I mean, it feels like this is a contract year for him as well, I believe. How big of a deal is this for Landry Shamet to play this well right now on top of everything else that this career has been?
Yeah, I mean, he was almost out of the league. Last year coming into this year, he had that shoulder injury and knocked him out. And Mike Brown really believed in him, and that was a huge part because if they don't show that faith, who knows where Landry Shamet is right now because he was banged up, and they gave him that chance to rehab, come back, and they gave him a shot in the rotation, and he was kind of on that fringe. And even in the start of these playoffs, he wasn't really playing a ton. Some of these games were DNPs, and it wasn't until that Eastern Conference Finals where he really took off, and they threw him in there. They gave him a shot, and it's all when you're an NBA role player, it's all about staying ready and capitalizing on those opportunities, and that's what Landry Shamet did. He was ready for the opportunity, and man, he has made the most of it. And I mean, he's probably made himself quite a bit of money these last probably month or so. And because like if this goes the other way, we could I mean it could have been talking about Landry, not in the NBA anymore, maybe having to go overseas and make some more money. So yeah, I mean he was right on that threshold, and so it's just so cool to see, back against the wall for him to perform like this. 11 of 12 3-pointers made in that Eastern Conference Finals. He's playing lights out defense. Just really cool to see him rise to the moment and get his name chanted in Madison Square Garden, get standing ovations. It's like that's like once in a lifetime stuff, and to see him get that is just really cool because you talk to anybody that knew him at Wichita State, he's just like such a good guy, such a good person, did everything the right way. So there's a lot of fans of Landry Shamet, from Wichita, from Kansas City. You talk to any of these people and they will tell you, could not happen to a better guy.
And the aftershocks are going to have to wait. He's going to get that contract. Knicks fans love the Shockers. They loved Ron Baker. I mean, it was wild to see how they attached to him. Pretty cool. Taylor Eldridge, Wichita Eagle reporter on the Shockers in New York City, covering Landry Shamet during this NBA Finals. You can look for all that. What do you have for?
I say, have you talked to Landry yet? Give us the inside baseball. What's going on up there?
Yeah, what's your reporting look like this week?
Yeah, so like security is way different than 2019, I think, is when the Fred finals was. I was able to go out to San Francisco, got to talk to him. So like, yeah, the protocol is like way different than from back then. So I've not got a chance to talk to Landry yet. Might have to be on the phone, after the series. So it's still really cool to be up here, be a part of it. You get to be a part of the scrums. And the security was so intense, I guess, that yeah, I mean, I didn't get access after the game. I was just got a seat to be in there. You could go to the press conference, but like Landry didn't speak at the press conference. So yeah, I mean, I didn't get a chance to go back there, so that was kind of a bummer, but still just to be in the building was really cool. And I'm doing a lot of reporting, talking to other people, talking to people at Wichita State, talking to his old Kansas City coaches and teammates. And so working more on like the background. And then hopefully, after the series, I still have a pretty good relationship with Landry. Hopefully get him on the phone, after the fact. So we'll see, how the series plays out. Right now, yeah, I'm just talking to basically everyone around him, on the phone and in person. His parents his mom is here, his family. So that is really cool to see. Talking to the past Wichita State teammates, coaches. So it's been a lot of fun because that was the first team I got to cover at Wichita State when I went over to the beat. So talking to some old people that I haven't talked to in a long time, and kind of doing the remember when of that season with Landry. So that's been a lot of fun for me. And but yeah, haven't talked to him yet. So it's a whole new ball game up here, especially with President Trump there. Security was kind of through the roof, these last 2 days.
Take me back to 2019 compared to now. Obviously, way different because Fred was a centerpiece for that Toronto team. But even the early years of his NBA career kind of shocked everybody. The way Landry's kind of shocking everybody in this run. What's the takeaways from both? Which one, I guess, did you like more? Things like that.
Yeah, I mean, you do get similar vibes. I think Fred, back then, he was kind of in a similar situation because he was coming off the bench and hadn't really made a name for himself yet with the Raptors to help them take down the Warriors. You look back and you can kind of trace it back to that was the series that kind of propelled him to the All-Star game, the $100 million contract. Now he's the president of the Players Association early on. So, that's what makes it a little bit different than this Landry situation. But in terms of just the basketball, it is, you get similar vibes. I put that on Twitter of like, I get kind of flashbacks of, watching Fred come off the bench and make big shots for the Raptors in the finals. And, that was what Landry was doing in the Eastern Conference Finals and those first two games of the NBA Finals. He had a pretty rough game three. I was kind of maybe the curse. I finally come up here and did not play well, did not shoot well, and the Knicks lost for the first time in like 5 or 6 weeks. So, but yeah, I mean, you do get similar vibes, and I think talking to these old Shocker teammates, a lot of them had that overlap with Fred and Landry, and yeah, they're just like. Yeah, we see it too. It's like deja vu. Seeing these old Shockers rise to the occasion and play huge roles for their team. So yeah, I mean, Fred was more of a consistent member of that rotation for Toronto. He was in there the whole season. Like Landry, it's different because he was in and out all season, and start of the playoffs was out of the rotation, and now he's in it. And even though he didn't play very well, game three, it's still a test testament to how much trust he has built up with Mike Brown and this coaching staff. They really do trust him now on the defensive end, on offense to knock down sureties between that Fred come up and this Landry rise. But in terms of a career, yeah, I don't think Landry is going to be getting $100 million contracts anytime soon. But I do think he's made himself quite a bit of money, and his first. So that was kind of a turning point in his career as well.
All right, Taylor, we've got a couple connections issues. I'll ask you this last one here. This is from Max, and I knew this was coming. He needs you to ensure us that you're going to go get a slice from John's of Bleecker Street. That's got to be John's of Bleecker Street, and I can back him up on this.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. Yeah, I've been there before. Incredible.
Okay. So Max, he will have that. So we can check that off the list. I got nothing else from you in New York. New York's one of my favorite cities. I'm very, very, very jealous of you.
I think the last time Taylor was in New York, Wichita State hired Paul Mills, so he didn't get to indulge much in any New York at all.
Yeah, you're sitting in a hotel room.
Right.
There's a place in New York. What's it called? Where you can McSorley's. You got to go to buy McSorley's, where they only serve two kinds of beer, light or dark, where all the presidents have been. So that'd be my other suggestion of a cool place. I got nothing else for you though. Enjoy it.
There you go.
Enjoy the Garden tonight. Yeah. It's going to be a blast.
Yeah, I can't wait. So yeah, it's awesome, and yeah, like I said, couldn't happen to a better person than Landry. That's kind of the theme I'm getting. Everyone loves this guy. He's still the same guy he was back in Wichita and Kansas City. And, you talk to all these friends and past teammates, and just really says a lot that they're all rooting for him and also have nothing but nice things to say. So, yeah, really, really cool to hear that about Landry.
Okay, Taylor, we appreciate it. Have fun. We'll look for the reporting. We'll follow along on Twitter at Taylor Eldridge. There he goes from New York City. Man, scale of 1 to 10, jealousy, TJ.
That's pretty freaking cool. That is, I would say I got to be, so I was with Taylor the last time he was in New York. We were covering K-State in the Elite Eight, so he got to go along with that as well to cover some K-State stuff. And it is pretty funny the first day that we were there. We were going, we were on the way. We were getting on a train. It was me, Brandon Zinner, and Zach Carlson, former Go Power Cat guy. And I believe there may have been others. I can't remember who else went. But we rode the train to Brooklyn and went to a Nets game that night to watch them play the Cavs and watch Dean Wade, I'm pretty sure. And we got, we literally bought tickets. We're getting onto the train, and Taylor called us, and he's like, I think they just hired Paul Mills. I can't go. I can't go to the game. and Taylor literally sat in his hotel room all night, all day the next day, trying to call Paul Mills, trying to take care of all this stuff. But, yeah, the Garden is so cool. We got the chance. We got to sit on the court for those games, but even the hockey press box up top, it's so freaking huge in there, and the ceiling is so cool. And then obviously when you get it full of Knick fans, it's completely different than what we saw it as too.
I've seen a game in the Garden. I saw my Garden claim to fame, Earl Boykins and Nate Robinson, the two shortest dudes ever, played against each other. Carmelo Anthony was there. I remember Carmelo Anthony scored 40, and I couldn't even really tell what was happening. It was so hard to pay attention, I thought, to what was happening. But there was, I'm in the Garden randomly on a trip where we scalp tickets. We go sit in the Garden. We're in the nosebleeds. And I'm not kidding. I'm from the panhandle of Texas. There's a town called Hereford, Texas. Mm-hmm. And I sit down in my seats, and I look behind me. I see a Hereford sweatshirt, and I'm like, no way, we're randomly in New York City. I'm like, Hereford, Texas? He's like, yeah. It's like, this is so stupid. What in the world? We sat in front of, right in front of him. I was
speaking of scalping tickets, I forgot about that part of the story. All the media people will let you know that we got to there on a Wednesday night or whatever, and the Knicks were playing at home, and I landed in time that I was walking past the Garden, and it was the second quarter, and there's a guy, he's like, hey, I got these tickets, I'm just trying to get rid of them. It's I'll give them to you for $20. I'm like, all right, I'll try it. Might as well. Got them. Got the ATM, gave him some cash, walked inside, and they're like, that is a fake ticket, bro. Get out of here. And I was like, it would have been a hell of a deal if they were real.
You know what? I've never had bad luck with Scout. They've always been fine. and there's a sport to it, which I can appreciate. Way cooler than going on StubHub and finding aftermarket tickets. Like, give me the guy outside, firing a dart, burning a heater, selling those things like his life depends on it. That's how I need aftermarket tickets. That's my preference. Don't call what you're wearing an outfit.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
8310 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
and inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea.
With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas fan headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
on KFH.
Welcome back into Sports Daily. I'm glad to be here with you on a Hawaiian Shirt Wednesday. Thanks to Taylor Eldridge for joining us from New York. Cool coverage. Watch it. Landry. Hopefully he gets a chance to catch up with Landry after the game. I think the security will lighten up tonight.
They should. So I didn't say anything. Apparently they did no pregame locker room, which they usually do every game, but they did no pregame locker room because of the security. Enhanced
I don't think, and then most, if not all, that added security was because of the president's visit. I have not heard that will be the case for Game 4.
Yeah.
So it should be better. So look for his reporting at the Wichita Eagle. Look at Shreyas Laddha as well for KU, which we'll have him in just a minute. He's getting connected. This outfit thing, TJ. I'm going to ask Shreyas this too. This is going to be the new tortilla on a brat.
Nope.
I'm telling you.
It's fine. Like I get your point. I don't think anybody else outside of you and
that's what I'm trying to figure out. That's what I want to know. Is this an old man thing or is this a generational thing? So you can let us know in the comments.
You may be. I'm telling you, like if you polled Americans, there'd be less than 1% that agree with you on this.
You think so? You think it's that?
Knows what you're talking about.
Jason Isbell wrote a song about it. I can't be the only one. Shreyas.
Yeah.
Is it acceptable for a grown man to wear an outfit?
An outfit?
Yeah. Do you call it an outfit? Do you ever call what you're wearing an outfit? And be like, ooh, well, I gotta go get an outfit for tonight. I don't think that men.
I think outfit is just a word for the clothes that you're wearing.
No, yeah, I understand. Kids wear outfits. Women wear outfits. I don't think men wear outfits.
I call it fit sometimes. Like
I know. I don't think fit counts. That's going to be the problem with this. Is now y'all's generation has fit, but do you ever call it an outfit? Is that ever? Because a fit's it's just kind of. I'm going to have to separate the two things because fit, is what it is.
I'm sure I've sometime I've been like, I got to figure out my outfit for tonight. I mean, like I definitely
it's a normal human word.
I have got to get some backup from the people out there, please. Please help me on this. Maybe I'll put up a Twitter poll.
There's nobody. Shreyas, we just had Taylor Eldridge on talking about Landry Shamet in the finals. Would you like to talk about Kevin McCullough in the finals?
There you go.
Yes. He's valuable contributor.
That's right. Is he even there? Is he at the games? I haven't even looked.
I think he is. I could be wrong. Though. But yeah, he might be.
Shreyas, I want to talk about the Sorsby thing. What are you hearing? Have you heard any reaction from KU brass at any level on what's going on right now, ramifications, anything? I know yesterday Brett Yormark came out and said they're going to keep all that stuff in-house until there's something to report. But like, what are you gathering from the fallout on this?
Well, I mean, I asked Travis yesterday, and I got back pretty quick response of basically was like, no comment. He just didn't really want to have a real comment on things of like, he said he didn't want to enter the public fray at the time, and they're still kind of determining things, figuring things out. I think there was a report by a CBS reporter saying like every single Big 12 commissioner was against it. So I bet you Travis, obviously Travis is on that boat, but I don't think he wants the public comment like I think Gene Taylor had at K-State come out, to be honest. But I tried, I tried to this thing. He was pretty quick about getting back to me. I think within a minute and a half, he gave me like I'm not trying to enter the public fray. No.
Hey,
comment.
Travis, would you say that this is BS?
Yeah, I was going to say, would you agree with Gene that this is effing BS?
Effing BS.
Yes.
Yeah.
I probably could have worded it a little better because I was like, hey, Travis, obviously, what's happened with the Brent Sorsby situation. I saw a lot of different athletic directors give their comment or reaction. Do you have a comment on the matter? He does not, at least publicly. So I would not be surprised behind the scenes. KU's not super happy, but it seems like no one is happy with the Sorsby ruling besides Texas Tech.
What's Shreyas Laddha's public comment on the situation?
I mean, I think I'm shocked, to be honest with you, that he's going to be able to play college football after a 2-game suspension next year. I mean, he was betting on his own team. Like, if this doesn't get suspended and put in a supplemental draft, then I don't know what is, to be honest.
I mean, nothing. This is it. Here's TJ, and I agree on this. This feels like the linchpin. This feels like the moment that unifies everybody enough to go push through the changes that must happen to prevent things like this. It's going to get real messy, I think, before that, but this will be the thing we look back at as like, man, it took Sorsby betting on, whatever, winning that court case to get that change finally through. I mean, Bill Self just signed a letter from John Calipari basically backing the three main components of that legislation that's out there. Do you sense that? Do you think this could be the thing finally?
Yeah, I mean, it feels like it's the turning point, right, in a lot of things that need to happen in college sports. And I think this one especially is going to be a case that we're going to look at from everybody outside of Texas Tech's realm of like, well, they messed up here, and we should not have this discussion. This guy should not be granted injunction to play college football when he's been betting on games and everything else for the last 3-4 years.
So what can happen from a Big 12 standpoint? What do you think happens here? Because, obviously we see the non-Big 12s, I think like Georgia, your Georgia, and or not your Georgia, excuse me.
It is my Georgia.
Did you go to Georgia?
Yeah, with the Georgia.
Okay. Jalen went to Georgia. I can remember if you went to Georgia as well.
Yes,
okay, sorry, your Georgia. And Nebraska saying that they're not going to play them. But what can the Big 12 do? I assume that, they're just going to meet around and kind of beat around the bush. But I'd say extreme example is that, like, could they say, you're not in the conference anymore, man. You got to go find another conference. You're an independent. We're not going to play. Like, what can they do in the conference?
I could see them outside of football saying, we'll not play you in any other sport. I could see them putting some sort of pressure, like, we're not going to do that. We're not going to let you guys get away with this. I feel like public pressure is going to eventually just make this thing where he ends up having to go to supplemental draft, candidly. And I think that's probably going to start with the Big 12 being like, well, we're not going to play you guys if Brendan Sorsby is your quarterback. And we'll see how it all plays out. But I have a feeling the Big 12 teams, there's going to be a lot of teams who are not scheduled to play Texas Tech who are going to be like, I don't want Tech in my schedule. They're playing a quarterback that was suspended, should be suspended for gambling right now. So I think we'll see a lot of that. I feel like it'll have ramifications on other sports more so than anything, at least right now. And theoretically, I guess you could have a team or two that be like, I just refuse to play Tech, give us a forfeit, and that sends a real message.
You think KU would be willing to take the forfeit?
This is an interesting one. We put it like this earlier in the show. So the hand down, like slap on the wrist, if you want to call it that the NCAA gave KU, which basically they took down a banner and put some asterisks next to wins and aren't the winningest program anymore, I don't think, because of, I don't know if they are now or not, but they had to lose that title. If that's what the NCAA can do, like what happens if they play the season out and they go to the national championship game somehow, and then they have the hearing in February and they say, actually, he shouldn't have played the entire time. Those wins are all vacated. Does that matter? From somebody that covers KU, that happened to them. They had to take down a Final Four banner.
Yeah, it absolutely matters, right? I mean, vacating wins is a big deal in college sports. You can't, obviously you can't change the emotion of winning a national championship or going to the national championship, but like vacating and making this entire season for naught is a big deal in my end. And I mean, like, obviously in the moment, I felt like the punishment KU got was relatively tame for how much it was made it out to be for years, right? We didn't know what it was, but they talked about it. But like losing the all-time winning record, Self getting suspended for a little bit, like all that stuff, like that stuff matters. You can't sit there and downplay the all-time win record being taken away because of like ineligibility from a player that they might have played for or not even really played. But, look, I think it absolutely is a big deal if they say these wins are vacated, your national champions are vacated, if they get to that point.
Do you think Tech – so here's the other part of it that I think we got to step back and consider. Is Tech also held to the fire a little bit here? If they cut Sorsby, he'll sue them. Doesn't he have the same precedent? Like they would be damaging his future and all those things. That's how he won the case to begin with. Is Tech kind of being held hostage here? Like, what's the chances of that? I mean, I think there's a better chance they're just like winning above everything. But I do think it's not so simple as for them to now just say, sorry, we don't care what you said, Judge. You can't play.
I mean, didn't they come out and already support him in the statement?
Well, they did. But what choice do they have at this point? That's what I'm saying.
They always have a choice. There's always a choice.
But can't he sue them?
Yeah, but then they can countersue. Guys, this is America. They'll just go back and forth and who's going to sue, who's not going to sue. I mean, like, come on. There's no
the NCAA is already appealing. So.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's no jurisdiction to end this. These are all like we are entering territory that's not been happened before, and now we're figuring out how much we can get away with and we can not get away with. So, like, if they wanted to take a stand and say, Brendan Sorsby, you are not going to be our quarterback next year, figure out your own life, they could absolutely do that. And they knew about this stuff beforehand. It's not like they didn't, right? Like, if they had any sense of like, we care about the integrity of the game, they would have brought him in the first place, right? So the fact that they didn't, and they said, okay, we hope we get away with it, and we hope it doesn't come out publicly, and it didn't come out publicly for years. I think there were sour grapes, I think, from the Cincinnati side. That's why it came out or whatever, from what I read or what I understood. They were just hoping this would go away with no issue. In my mind, Cody Campbell saying, this is a broken system, I didn't expect this outcome, is just saving face. It's complete BS. I think this shows to me Texas Tech as winning over everything. And that's what college athletics is. It is, I mean, like, I'm not going to sit there and say there are plenty of schools that wouldn't do the exact same thing. I think Tech is just the one that is the one caught in the crossfire here right now.
Is it like is the butterfly effect the right word to use on Brendan Sorsby and Jalen Daniels both throw for 500 yards in a game in September, and now college sports is about to just burst into flames?
It may be.
That probably was the game that made everybody think, yeah, this guy's premier. He's premier quarterback.
100%.
He played really good.
I don't think we've talked enough about the viral video and the question of, did TJ Cleveland's drop in the end zone of a
I don't know if
dime
Shreyas
from
knows about that.
Sorsby?
When whenever that game happened, I was in the end zone shooting it on the field, and Sorsby overthrew a receiver by 10 yards and just smoked me right in the face, basically. I tried to catch it, and I dropped it. And so
couldn't have
maybe
been a more catchable ball.
And so now the question arises after we know all the stuff we know now is, did he throw that ball away on purpose? Was he shaving and I dropped it?
I mean, you miss out an opportunity to cancel or catch a ball from one of the most hated men in America.
That's right.
Oh my God. I can't imagine walking down the street and being him now. Like, it's going to happen. Give me Shreyas, we've got the legislations out there. It's bipartisan. I know the SEC and the Big Ten don't like all of it, but this moment of Sorsby is sort of opening their eyes a little bit. The lawmakers swear up and down this legislation would have prevented this. I don't, some lawyers disagree with that, but what do you think the chances this legislation makes it through? We know the president will sign it. We're at a midterm election. Everybody's looking for brownie points right now. The entire country has an appetite for this. Are we better than 50% that this piece of legislation gets through?
Yeah, I think so. Candidly, I think the Sorsby thing probably pushed it through more than anything, right? People want change and they want they want some level of control in college athletics. Sorsby showed that there is no control. It's just chaos and whoever has the better lawyers. So I absolutely think legislation is about to go through. And I mean, I don't know. It feels like every 2 years something changes in college athletics. It's hard for me to keep up sometimes because I'm like, this changed and that changed and the waiver changed. And we'll see if it has any real effect in the long run and long scheme of things. But yeah.
All right. There's Shreyas. We'll follow along with you.
You got any Algerian reporting coming up, Shreyas?
I will be at the community practice thing tomorrow. I went a few days ago and I talked to a few of the fans that were getting through the fence filming.
Pretty cool.
We'll follow along. We'll be right back on Sports Daily.